Okay, Michael the archangel fought against the dragon, and the dragon fought against his angels. Okay, when I was in church, we were learning about a lot of stuff, but anyway, how Satan tried to say that he was God and he wanted to take God's throne, right? So he comes into heaven and he's like, okay, I'm about to rule up here. Now, everybody knows Revelations 12, 7 through 17, but I'm just going to read it. Anyway, and there was war in heaven. Michael and his angels fought against the dragon, and the dragon fought and his angels, and prevailed not. Neither was their place found any more in heaven. And the great dragon was cast out, that old serpent called the devil and Satan, which deceiveth the whole world. He was cast out into the earth, and his angels were cast out with him. And I heard a loud voice saying in heaven, now is come salvation and strength and the kingdom of our God and the power of his Christ, for the accuser of our brethren is cast down, which accused them before our God day and night. Okay, I'm going to stop right there. Because, and I got, I done been through so many transformations lately, but this one in particular, God was saying to me in the bathroom that this particular scripture, there's many other ones, this is all talking about the mind. Now, you have to understand something. God has to speak to us in parables or ways that our minds can understand. Okay, our bodies have chakras. Okay, you can look into all of that later on, but there are points in your body that help you stay in harmony. Okay, these access points, in this case, is talking about the lower nature, Satan, the stuff that you don't, like, you would never do, but when you get mad enough, it come to your mind like, I would do that, stuff like that. Now, God in this sense is your higher self, the self that is righteous, the self that is pure, that is set apart, that understands balance, all of the wonderful things. Now, this is the God that is ruling over your world. And everybody has their own world, because what matters to me in my world ain't gonna matter to Bill Gates in his world. Do you understand? You have to understand that. So Satan, the lower self, has come up here. Now, we've all been sitting in our house or wherever we've been at, and we could be at work, we could be watching TV, we could just be trying to do the best we can, and here come, oh, you can't do that. Oh, you gonna fail. Oh, we not gonna make it. I don't know about this. Maybe we shouldn't do that. Let's go kill that person. Let's let them know who we really is. Okay, that self that talks, that we call Satan, the one that's contrary against the things that we want to do. Now, we want to do right, but evil is present. The negative thoughts, negative emotions, fears, doubts, unbelief, these things come up and they're at war. They're at war with each other. The two cannot hold the same place. So one has to be God. So in this scripture, it's telling you eventually all of you, every person in the sound of my voice who will ever watch this message, who won't watch it, at some point we are going to get to God, a higher self, divine self, the most high, whatever you want to call him, the universe, whatever. You reign supreme, because I don't want this nature of fear doubt, control, restriction, restraint, no further. You can't come this far. You can go this far, but not this far. No, that thing, that spirit, that entity, whatever you want to call it, wants to rule you. And you have to make a decision. Who is going to rule your temple? Is it going to be your righteous self, the self that knows better? Or is it going to be that negativity, that violence, that drinking, that smoking, that indulging in stuff that does not fulfill you? Is that going to be the one that rules you? Or are you going to say, no, I know what happens when I choose to walk that path? This is what you have to say to this thing, because it's coming at you. It's always at you. You could be in the kitchen frying chicken leg, breast, whatever. And it will come at your mind. It's coming and attacking your mind. And you'll be in there like, oh my God, where did this even come from? My mind wasn't even on this. But your lower self never stops wanting these awful things. Now you can tune it out. You can get to a place that's so high you can't hear it anymore. That is the goal of the thought. Keep your thoughts elevated. Keep them high enough that you can't hear that you can't do it. You tried it before and it didn't work. Why are we doing it again? You know you didn't pass it the last time. You know what your family said. You know your family never did stuff like that. You have to tune it out. You have to get higher than that. And that's why I say, or you hear people say, or you need to be positive. Try to find something worth going on about, worth carrying on about, because this, and I'll even use my own situation. When my father died, at first I was angry. I was very angry because there was a lot of stuff that was going on at the time when he died. I felt like, this was your fault and blah, 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 all of this stuff. And then once I calmed down, I came to a point where I said, wait a minute, we all have our own walk. I can't walk your walk, you can't walk mine. You have to choose to, you make the best decisions for you. And if you live by that, if you know what, I did my best. Like, I did my absolute best, and the next time I'm going to try to do better. If you live like that, you will have peace. You don't have to be saying, oh, Lord, forgive me of my sins. What you mean, sins? What do you mean? You are going to make mistakes. You didn't come here perfect. You didn't. You're not. Your spiritual self has always been perfect, but this flesh body, you don't really know how to operate, navigate with this. This is all new. This is a spacesuit. What we're wearing, we just dress it up. We make it look nice. We make it look pretty. But this is not us. Our real self is inside. The self that knows all the there is to know. The self that is connected to God, to the divine power that is above all, through all, in all. The source. I love using the source. But we don't know that in this temple until you get to a point in life. It's like I turned 33 and then all of this knowledge was just like, whoa. You reach a point when you're tired of the lies. You want the truth, and you seek to understand yourself. That's the point where I have reached, and scriptures make a whole lot more sense nowadays to me. But anyway, this scripture again, I'm going back because I got off. The highest, or the source power, or the source within the source, that's you inside of this temple, already knows who it is. So when lower self, these lower vibrations, negative people, these people ain't going nowhere, they ain't gonna do nothing with their life, you gonna still see them 20 years from now, they gonna be standing right there on that corner. That self wants to rule. Okay, so the high self is saying, it didn't even get off the throne. You have to understand your power. I don't even have to move. I don't got to do nothing. Michael, take care of this. You literally yourself dispatched beings, higher beings, to handle that. If you will let it, it will handle it for you. You don't realize how powerful you are, and you don't realize how the angels that are watching over you, that are making sure you are safe, that you are protected, you are kept from harm. You have no idea the power. That is why Jesus said, if I wanted to, I could call down legions. So you have to understand that. Jesus understood that I am connected to the source. There's nothing you can do to me that God won't allow. There's nothing you can do to me. If God says you can't do it, you're not going to do it. You're not going to succeed. You're not going to prevail over me. And the scripture even says, and prevailed not. They were fighting. His angels, the entities that was with this lower self. You got to understand, your lower self got friends. They got latched up with buddies. They like, well, we got a whole team here ready to take over the presidential suite. We ready. We got the Secretary of State. We got all that going on. But see, your higher self, these pure angelic beings, they ain't got time for that. We don't entertain negativity. That's why it said, and the great dragon was cast out, that old serpent, the devil, which deceiveth the whole world. It's not talking about, it's not necessarily talking about the scope where you view the world. It's not talking about a globe. It's talking about you, your temples. God is in his holy temple. That is in scripture. God is in his holy temple. And you have to keep that place pure. That's why the scripture says, think on these things, whatsoever is good, whatsoever is pure, whatsoever is worthy of praise. Think on these things. Okay? And then they said, I heard a loud voice in heaven, now has come salvation and strength and the kingdom of our God and the power of his Christ. Now, I don't talk about Christ in the sense that you all talk about him, because it's deeper than that. It's far deeper than that. Now, if you want to stay on the surface and drink milk, you go ahead. You click the exit button. But Christ is talking about the power of your thought. Close your eyes right now. Think of tissue paper. Think of yourself holding some soft tissue paper. You can actually feel it in your mind. You know what it feels like. You know how the toilet paper roll feels. That is powerful. God is saying, Jesus is saying to you, and I go to prepare a place. This is talking about your imagination, the framework of your mind. If I go to prepare this place, which you just thought about, a tissue paper roll, okay, then Jesus is saying, I'm going to come again and receive you to myself. That means I'm going to bring you to that place that you was imagining. So if you see yourself in $1 billion house, then I'm going to go and prepare that place, because in my Father's house, the temple, are many mansions. And if it was not so, I would have told you. I would have told you. I is not talking about this far off being. It's talking about self, the inner you that knows this, that knows I am connected to God. I am not restricted and restrained. I'm not held back. I'm not put in a box. I know who I am. That's what Christ said when I believe it was to Peter or John. He said, "Who do you say that I am?" Who do you say that I am? He was not asking him, who do you say that Jesus is? He's saying, who do you say you are? Who do you believe you are? Do you even believe in yourself? And they, let me go back. For the accuser of our brethren is cast down, which accused them before our God day and night. This is, you ain't getting no sleep. This is what I'm talking about. You standing at the stove cooking some chicken, and you ain't getting no peace. You got war. You got a warfare going on in your mind. All because this lower self wants to rule you. And you don't feel good about yourself after you do those low things. I know everybody can vouch about that. Well, you don't feel good. You actually feel worse. And you see, and no, you immediately know what you should have did. Like, dang, I did not have to let this person or this situation make me go to that level. Like, I could have put the brakes on. But no, I had to show them who I am. We all had that happen, right? Okay. So I'm actually going to just stop at the 10th verse. I said 17. But I'm going to stop right there. And I thank you guys for tuning in to my live. And I hope you all have an amazing, spectacular day. Bye-bye.